Good morning, everybody. It's about that time again, Friday morning, June 18th. Time just flying right by. It seems the camera's weird. Can you see me? Can you see me? Let me go look at that. It just seems a little weird. Looks like I'm in a different spot than before. Oh yeah, you can see me. Sorry that you can see me. I have a face for radio and a voice for lip syncing. We are 2 minutes away from going live. We thank you for watching. Bob's joined us already on Facebook Room. We're ready to go live in studio. Well, I'm in studio. He's at his home studio. We're making it happen like we always do. It's our new way. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of good things, a couple of sad things. We have a sad death to report in the radio world, even though it was a movie or a TV show, not a real life thing. But you know, after we're done with the Facebook Live segment, you got to log on to 9397network.com and click listen. You have to find that and click listen. There's a lot of other stuff to look at. There's different shows that we have. And don't forget, we have our live feed from the Adam's Apple in Detroit on July 3rd from 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern. So if you're in the Detroit area, make sure you get out there and have a drink and say hello. Maybe win a t-shirt or something like that. We're going to have giveaways and a bunch of stuff like that. And then after you can also, after we're done with the Facebook Live today, you can download on your phone the TuneIn Radio app. And once you download it, you find 9397 Network and shebang. How do you feel about Big Gretch lifting the COVID restrictions early, starting Tuesday? They're gone. What do you think about that, Bob? Right. And I do my thing anyway. I'm over it, honestly. I mean, I don't wear my mask anymore at all because I don't have to. If it makes me a bad person, man, I'm a bad person. But I follow the science. I had to follow the science when I didn't agree with it. So now I'm going to follow the science when I do agree with it. If you don't like it? Uh-oh. About that time.
2, 1. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
I almost said something I was going to regret. I almost forgot we were on Facebook Live. Could have got myself in a little bit of trouble. Sometimes it's just better to shit it. Ring-a-ling-a-ling, guess what time it is? Well, it's that time. It's 4:02 on the West Coast, 7:02 on the East. We don't do math in public on Sapphire Soup du jour. All we do is stir the pot and serve the latest soup. So if you're in Mountain or Central Time, we have no idea, nor do we care what time it is. I care about my world. I'm Sapphire Pates.
And I'm just Bob.
That's right. Welcome to my world, everybody. You're here for the next 3 hours. You're going to have to listen to me go on and on about something.
A few somethings, but it's always...
A few somethings. Yeah. How are you today? We got a good connection already and everything's going good. I'm just waiting for the hammer to fall.
Well, exactly. Things are running very smoothly, although here in the Detroit area, it's rainy this morning in places,
It's,
and it's
it's
been thundery in places, so, who knows? Other than that, it's a good day.
yes. Better not be rainy later in the Detroit area because I have a championship soccer game to film at 1 p.m.
Well,
in
there you
Lansing,
go.
which is an hour and 40 minutes from the studio.
Boy,
Oh, I love it. I get out of here. I drive 400 miles an hour. Get there in the nick of time. There'll probably
Wonder
be...
Woman.
Well, there's a couple things I am wondering about. Like, where am I going to go potty when I get there?
That's true.
So I got to be careful. I got to be very careful, right? Because I got an
Judicious
hour,
about
40-minute
your water
drive.
consumption.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, judicious about your water consumption today.
Yes, I got to be very careful. I'm going to Lansing, Michigan, home of Michigan State University.
Yeah.
So I can't drink the water. Oh, I cannot believe it's Friday already.
Feels good though.
I know, I love it. When you wake up on a Friday, it just feels good.
Yeah.
To
You
me.
got whatever you're gonna do or not do for the weekend in front of you, and so you got that to look forward to. You whatever week's pile of poo-poo platters handed to you, you get to get rid of.
Have you ever had a poo-poo platter? Since you mentioned it.
So I only mentioned I've never had it except in poo-poo situations. That's what I call it.
So a poo-poo platter is a real thing. When I lived in
understand.
northern Maine, I lived in Presque Isle, Maine, and
Okay.
there was a place there called the Mai Tai,
Right.
and they served Polynesian and I forget Thai food maybe, but I don't remember. But Polynesian and other, but it was Middle Eastern or Far East,
Far Eastern food,
yeah, and they had a poo-poo platter, and they had the poo-poo for 2 or the poo-poo for 4. And what it was basically you got like 6 or 7 or whatever different items, like chicken wings, the crab rangoon, the
Right.
different things, and it was enough,
Uh-huh.
like a sample platter basically, but they called it a poo-poo platter.
A nice munchy platter, yeah.
P-U-P-U, I believe, poo-poo, not
Right.
poo-poo.
No, the way I was referring to it is poo-poo. That's the way I
Poo-poo,
always
like-
refer it as. Like you go to work and the boss serves you up the poo-poo platter because you got this and that to do today, and then tomorrow it's a different flavor of the same platter because now you got this and this to do.
Mm-hmm. Your boss is sitting there looking through the window going, oh, look at Bob over there smiling, so happy it's Friday. Let me give him a little poo-poo platter
There you
to
go.
ruin the
We'll fix your
weekend.
Friday. Yeah, we'll fix your Friday right now.
Because your boss didn't get laid, now your weekend's ruined.
Right. So true. So true.
Could be even bigger problems, okay?
Yeah.
This is like, hold everything. Pornhub's being sued. Can you believe it?
Oh man. Somebody's out to get our fun.
They're being sued for allegedly serving non-consensual sex videos.
Okay.
Well, let's see. We go through this all the time. As if we were surprised that pornography is not an honorable profession. The people that provide a service, they're like priests, man. They're there for you. I'm here to provide a service. I am a good person. Here's all these naked people. Dozens of women are suing Pornhub and its parent company, alleging that the site knowingly profited from videos depicting rape, child sexual exploitation, trafficking, and other non-consensual sexual contact. Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh. Yes. Well,
Well, first of all, do you remember several months ago, the lawsuit Visa stopped allowing them to use them for payment?
okay.
Right? We talked about that, and they talked about the underage girls and stuff like that.
Right.
And they said, oh no, we're an honest business here, We're providing a service. And they provide this is amazing numbers. right? So the civil complaint alleges that Pornhub parent company MindGeek, one of the largest online pornography companies, the complaint alleges they are a classic criminal enterprise with a business structure created to monetize non-consensual sexual content. These are allegations Pornhub denies. They own MindGeek. This is what blows me away. Go ahead before I...
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say it's confusing because you gotta be doing the stuff. Having it filmed before it even gets to Pornhub in the first place. So if you're already that far and you know what's going on, I mean, it's not like these are secret videos that they're putting up. That I don't know. It goes both ways. The underage thing's not acceptable, but whatever. But
Well, you got that barely legal thing where people,
Right.
To me, it's just, I mean, when you have children, it's different because you're always like, you get that age where when you have kids at a young age, you get to that age where like 23-year-olds are attractive, but you've got a 31-year-old daughter.
Right.
So there's a kind of a rule. Like, you got to be older than my youngest kid. That goes for adulthood, okay? This isn't Tennessee or Alabama, all right? Just so you know.
Okay.
We don't do that. So the suit is filed on behalf of 34 alleged victims of sexual exploitation, including minors, rape, human trafficking, and they're seeking damages and protection for the plaintiffs. MindGeek owns over 100 pornographic websites, including Pornhub, RedTube, Tube8, and YouPorn. Here's what kills me. This is not surprising, but this is the depth of the consumption of porn and porn material. The company, MindGeek, that owns over 100 pornographic websites, amasses 3.5 billion viewers a month.
Wow. 3.5 billion viewers. And how many people are on the planet?
Right. 3.5 billion views per month. Out of which...
Oh, views. Well, views are viewers. That's a different thing.
Views.
Okay.
Yeah. Clicks on a video. Yeah, one person might click 5 videos. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
So you're getting 3.5 billion views. Wouldn't that help our show a little? Not for us to do porn on it, but to have 3.5 billion views a month?
Not a problem at all.
Oh, my goodness.
Except that I'd have to look better. I'd have to do something with my fashion. I'll get my look for radio going. So.
Oh, you definitely have to look for radio going today.
Oh, yeah.
We got the face for radio. We both have a face for radio today.
It's rugged today.
Just kidding.
No doubt. But not in a good way.
Oh, my goodness. So they're saying, according to Michael Bowe, the lawyer representing the victims, the alleged victims, said that the online pornography industry has operated like an old school red light district of commerce where rules do not apply and should only be applied. That makes no sense. That haven't been applied. This makes no sense. They've operated like an old school red light district of commerce where rules that do apply and should be applied haven't been applied. Okay, that makes sense. I read it twice. That's a quote, so I wanted to get it right. This is a case about rape, not pornography, end quote.
And that's a different thing.
Well, yeah, that's not pornography. Pornography is two consensual people living out a fantasy for me to watch whatever it is I like.
Right.
There's plenty of consensual people that are willing to do it. You don't need to coerce and force in all those other nasty words.
Right.
And there's no such thing as consensual sex and non-consensual sex. There's sex and there's rape. It's not non-consensual sex. It's rape. Let's get the words right. Let's not make it sound better. Dress it up nice because it was a person of influence like the rapist in California, that the judge said, man, he's got his whole life ahead of him. We can't ruin his whole life. Poor kid wanted a little bit of poontang behind a dumpster. Just because the girl said no doesn't give him the right not to that booty. Unbelievable.
Right.
So Pornhub's in trouble, maybe. They are accused of profiting from videos posted without the consent of the victims. The one lady says the video posted of her ruined her entire life. She never wanted it to be put up there. People making videos is very popular now. It's very easy to do. You can do it on your cell phone.
Right.
And then, you know, you meet a guy, or if you're a girl, if you're a guy, you meet a girl or whatever. And, you know, the dick pics that you send, that's actually illegal. If they want it, you better have it in writing that it says, please send me a picture of your wiener. For what purpose does that serve? I don't know. Hey, I want to see my wiener? No. I want to see your wallet.
At this point, yes.
How long is your character? 7 inches?
And by whose ruler, yes.
Right. It better be 7 inches. Well, from the base, or where are we going? From the butthole to the tip? What are we doing? The allegations complain that Pornhub is a criminal enterprise that traffics women, and it is run like The Sopranos. Utterly absurd, completely reckless, and categorically false, Pornhub said. Of course we don't.
That's right.
We've got them women locked in the hotel room against their will because they want to be there. Yeah, in December, MasterCard and Visa and Discover blocked customers from using their credit cards to make purchases on Pornhub after a New York Times column accused the site of showing child abuse and non-consensual sexual behavior, rape.
Well, it makes it harder to do business if the banks and the card companies won't play. No.
When Visa and MasterCard, multi-billion-dollar corporations, do not want your business, there's a red flag, because there's no morality in credit cards, right? They're immoral as they get. They'll take all your money, the money you need to feed your family. You surrendered it by getting that credit card at 24%, and now your $25 minimum payment, now your $500 maxed out limit, because $179 annually goes to the annual fee.
Right.
You're maxed out already, and you're making minimum payments. Your payment never goes down.
Sure.
So what happens? You maxed your card out. You wanted it so that for emergencies, right? When times are tough, I know I got to be able to feed my kids. I know if I get a flat tire, I need to be able to get a tire. I know that if... But now what happened? You're paying the man. You have no credit because you maxed it out and you're making the minimum payment, but it's never going down. And then when you do get it down to where you got $30 on it, annual fee comes out, another $99.
Yep.
Now you're back in the hole again.
Yeah, you're overdrawn, and now you pay the overdraft fee.
Yep, and you never even used it. You haven't used the card in 8 months. And you've been paying $25 a month on it because that's all you can afford. And they love it. They're laughing all the way to their bank account, taking your money.
Yep.
So I don't have a credit card. I have a credit debit card that's through my bank. And if I don't get it on credit. I never.
No, I don't either. I mean, I used to, but I got rid of them. And...
You know, I got rid of it. And if, they say, you got to show for your credit score. Screw my credit score. My credit's fine, but you're not holding that over me. I don't need to go put myself in debt so you make money so that I can feel good about spending money that I don't even freaking have.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't do it. We do have, me and my partner, she has a credit card. for that purpose in case something happens. And it's her credit card. I don't know. She might use it for whatever. I don't know. I don't care. She's a big girl. She has her own money, and but we don't. Yeah, I don't get into that whole buying credit cards. I used to do that when I was younger. I had a Discover. I had a MasterCard. I had a this and that. It's like you're paying all these bills, and you go, I don't even use them all. Right. So now I got my bank card. It works for me, and if I don't have any money, it don't work for me, and that's the way I want it.
And for the younger members of our audience that are listening, should definitely be paying attention to this because they get you early. They'll get you out of college, or in college, they'll get you because you need to have a card while you're at school in case something happens. Well, then Friday night rolls around, something happens. You don't have cash, so now we're going to the bar, we're using the card, and
your $40 night turns into a 3-year-long $25. You're paying 13 cents a month for the beers.
Right, but they indoctrinate you when you're inexperienced and haven't had a chance to learn such things yet. So, best to not get into that at that age.
You know what?
Better than any age, but especially when you're younger because
there's a trick to it though. So if you are young out there and you're listening, you're getting ready for college, right? You're getting ready for class right now, and you're like, oh my gosh, these are some people that have been around for a minute. We're in our 50s. We know. We've seen it. So they're listening. It's important to know, yes, credit cards can be important and very, very helpful. The trick is you have to be in control of it. The minimum payment is a design for several reasons. But the reason the minimum payment is $25-$30 is because it pays off the interest in a little bit.
Yep.
So if you make the minimum payment 12 months in a row on a $500 purchase, you don't have any more spending power because after the 12-month annual rate, the fee comes, it's usually $99 a month after the first year of $179.
Right.
Then you just surrendered another $99 off that card that you just worked 12 months to pay off of. And the chances are it didn't even cover the $100. So now, again, you go overdrawn. Now you got to pay the extra. There's an overdraft fee. So now your $25 payment's $55, and you're no better off than you were to start with. The trick, one simple concept, and you're going to hear it for the rest of your life. Pay it off in full every month. Or maybe if you don't want to do that because you want to establish the revolving credit thing, make your minimum payment $100 instead of $25. Right. So that you have the spending power on the card that you own, that you pay for.
And see, there's really, I'm sure it's out there, but you don't, especially again at a younger age, you don't think to go seek the education about the implications of the credit card and what is good and what is not good. And the companies know that. So they come at you and they solicit your business early on, and they get you early on into the game. So the next thing you know, now you're asking for a credit limit increase because you don't get to use your card very much. And they say, well, you paid your bill every month on time, so now we'll give you a higher limit.
Yep.
So now they give you more room to get into more trouble because the same thing's going to happen again.
It's a simple matter of more rope to hang yourself with.
Exactly.
And it benefits them.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the concept of banking. If somebody's in a financial position where they live paycheck to paycheck and, you overdraft. Something happens and you overdraft. They charge you $30 or whatever.
Right.
You already don't have the money or you wouldn't have overdrafted. And you can't let the bank eat that cost. But it's like once you're held down under the thumb, it's hard to get back out from underneath the thumb. Because they want to keep you there. They want to make sure. And there should be a penalty for overdraw. But it's ridiculous. $30, what are you talking about? Why 30?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
No, for sure. But that's it. They again, when you're younger and just less experienced in life, there's no knock against that. It's just you haven't had a chance to learn yet. But you're going to end up learning the hard way. And
yes,
it may take a really long time to get out from under it because It's not like there's a school out there for that. People don't teach you that. Even, I mean, if you're fortunate enough to have parents that teach you about that, that's great. But if you don't, and you have to learn the hard way, it's
And many
a
do.
long, long road. Yeah.
And parents, kids, it's the way things are. Parents are going to try to teach you. You don't listen, you got to find out for yourself. That is a school of hard knocks. Education is the best teacher. It's true. But yeah, it's very important when it comes to finances to not allow the system to take control of you.
Yep.
If you rent an apartment and don't have a credit card and you work every week and you make $500 a week and you don't have a credit card, so you don't have a minimum payment, but you got a bank card, you got a debit card. Mine's credit or debit. You can use it as either one. I can rent hotels. I can reserve hotels. I can reserve card. I can do everything with that card. I don't need anything else. For me, other people might think they do. No matter what, the biggest mistake we make is credit cards and not paying ourselves every week. Whether it $2, $1, $5, whatever. If you're so broke that people, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Money is not important. Money is a necessity. It's not important. It's not a luxury. The more you have, the happier you're not.
That's true.
Don't equate the two together. Man, if I could win the lottery, I'd be happy. No. If you're not happy as a broke joke, you're not going to be happy as a butthole rich person.
Sure.
You just have more money to be pissed about.
Well, and you get yourself into other situations because you have that money, and then you're unhappy about that, and then you try to buy your way out of that unhappiness, and the cycle goes on. So it doesn't matter. So you got $2 million. Now you're 20 times as unhappy as you were, when you didn't have that.
Yep.
Yep.
So, yeah, as a young person, take advantage, even buying a house is very important because it's a really big step to personal wealth.
Right.
And I gave my house away. I gave it away. And I'm proud of myself for that because I gave it to my family, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and they still live there today. Well, their kids are grown and gone, but,
Right.
So, owning a house, but until then, there's still ways you build your nest egg, right? If you're 22, 25 years old, you live at home. Maybe you got an apartment, you and a buddy, or you got a small apartment. You're paying $800 a month for all your bills, right? You live in a little apartment, you're paying $600 a month for that, and then so you're $1,000 a month, and you're making, say, $2,000. Well, put some money away and get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
If you make
Make that one of your
$500,
expenses.
right?
It becomes one of your weekly bills that you pay.
Yep, exactly. That way, when things do happen, you have the power. Then people are trying to get you to buy it with credit, right? Nobody wants you to come in there and buy a car with cash. Nobody wants you to buy a car with cash. Now, the dealer don't care. They just want their money. The banks are going, no, that's stupid. We got to give you a loan. Pay a little bit every month. Don't just do that one lump sum thing. Bull crap. All the interest you save.
Yeah, keep your money. Hang on to your money.
Yep. And, look, we want nice cars, but do we need them? No, they're transportation. Some people, they're more than transportation. I can dig it. There are car buffs that, they live for it. We have a friend, Jackie, owns a Corvette, old vet, and, excuse me, and loves her car. Goes down to all the dream cruises they have in the summertime because, when you have, people love them. But for me, it's like, they're nice. Yeah, sure. They're cool.
But in that case, that falls under, or that, some of your entertainment budget covers that. Some of your, leisure time money covers that stuff. So
right.
It's a different story. If that's your interest and that's what you do, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, if you have to take it out on credit, then that's, that could be a problem too.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, let's say, for instance, and most people won't buy a boat or a motorcycle on a credit card, right? You finance it. But let's just say, you're $1,000 purchase, a boat, a small boat, just a little motor, you're going to troll or go fishing. right?
Mm-hmm.
You really want the boat. It's $1,000, but you really don't have $1,000, right? So you go, I can put it on my credit card. That way I can have what I want.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, now your entertainment budget. Here's the thing you have to understand with that, guys mostly, or girls. We like to do the shopping. The guys like to buy the beer, right? So for me, my extra money, my entertainment money includes frivolous spending, like a new purse to go with my outfit, even though I've got 20 purses at home. Or new shoes to match my outfit, even though I've got matching shoes at home, but I like these new shoes. That's part of your entertainment budget, not your clothing budget.
Right.
For me, because it's extra. Don't need it.
It's, as it should be too. I mean,
Yeah.
that's your interest. That's fine, but that's not a necessity. Like food and light and water, and
It's
that
funny.
kind of thing.
Go ahead.
No, I said there's certain things that are the necessities, and then
Yeah.
when you pay yourself, you should be paying yourself into a budget that you're technically not going to touch. And when you're going to go out and have playtime, you've allocated some money, some free money to have entertainment with as part of your budget. You don't totally deny yourself of everything, but you also don't go wasting what you have, and even worse, getting into credit trouble with it because
I don't think it's as big of a deal now as it used to be. But remember when we were kids, everybody had a change container. At the end of the day, your change went in the change container. Now I don't know that we do change as much as we used to, but I still collect change. That's another great way to save money when you don't have money to save. Your little bit of change here and there. If you save $1 a day plus your change, you're going to have a couple $100 at the end of the year. And if all you can afford to save is $1 a day, that means times are tight. That means you're eating macaroni and cheese out of the box, not lobster and steak. That means you're eating spaghetti 2 times a week because you can eat, a whole family of 5 can eat spaghetti for $3, right? And so there's things you can do, but then you still say, I saved $1 a day. Doesn't seem like much at all, right? I could lose $1 a day, wouldn't even think about it. They go, at the end of a tight year, they look in their jar and they got $150. And they can go, now, kids, we're going to Applebee's. And the kids start crying. They're so happy they get to go do something. Or we're going to the water park. This will pay for the tickets for the whole family to go to the water park. It's going to cost $150. We're going to do it every July. And that's going to come from all the pocket money just being saved. Just $1 a day plus change. It doesn't seem like much, but it adds up. And then when you get that raise, right, then your wife goes back to work or the husband goes back to work because the kids are getting older. Now they're in school. Now that extra money comes in. So now you're saving, instead of $1 a week, $3 a week. So now you can go to the water park and get a hotel room for the night. So you don't have to drive back home, and it's an extra experience for the kids. And all you did was save your money instead of giving it to
Visa or MasterCard or any of them.
Yeah. Seems so simple. And believe me, I'm terrible with money. If I don't have it, I still spend it. Right? I'm thankful, I'm grateful. But that I'm not poor,
Right.
I'm not rich. I wish I were, but actually,
I don't know. You talk about the change jar. I just look over on the side there, and I got one that's half full of coin that you just, it lays around in the car. It's either in that little tray in the middle, or it's on the floor when you go clean your car. You trip over 50 or 60 cents. So,
I like your optimism. It's half full, not half empty.
Well, no, it took a while to get to half full.
I'll bet. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here. It adds up, and it becomes addictive because then you start going. You pick it up and you go, "Ooh, that feels like $60." You don't know.
I got money. Yeah.
It adds up quick, But yeah, definitely something. Well, I didn't even plan to talk about this. I was gonna make fun of Pornhub for a little bit and talk about sex, and now we got all responsible.
Well, look at us. Well, we talked about both. See, topics already.
Yeah. All right, time for a hand check. It is break time. We got some music coming up for you. When we get back, we are going to be talking about Jenny Burton.
Okay.
Oh, this is a story. You want to talk about rags to riches.
Oh, good.
Unbelievable. story. A story I had to read earlier so that I could get through it without choking up. It's that kind of story. You're listening to Sapphire Soup du Jour on Hot 93.97. We'll be right back. Oh.
Hello?
Good morning. I'm calling.
I made the freaking commercial and scared me. All right, it is
Collection calls
Seven-
are stressful. The credit
wow,
thunder,
7:56.
One thunder step at a time. For immediate action,
All
please
right,
contact
everybody.
us at 586.
Thank you for joining us on Facebook Live for our first segment. Now you got to tune in by logging on to 9397.com and click listen, or go to the free TuneIn Radio app on your phone. Download the free TuneIn Radio app, and then you go find 9397 Network. All right, I'm going to listen to the music. Coolio, Fantastic Voyage. So I got to go so we don't get hit by the FCC. Have a good weekend. We will see you on Monday morning. Thank you. Bye-bye.